What's up with it, man? Polo Sports Talking Entertainment back again with another one. Be sure to hit the like button, sub to the channel if you're not a member, and also hit the notifications to get all of my content as well as all of my videos. Now, Klay Thompson has pretty much came out uh, in a Twitter battle with uh, big man post Jaren Jackson Jr., who plays for the Memphis Grizzlies, and pretty much has came out and called him a bum. Okay. Uh, of course, everybody has weighed in on this, but you know, this was over an old tweet. Okay. Uh, Real sorry about that, y'all. Now, Jaren Jackson had pretty much said strength in numbers. That's what he tweeted, and this was on March the 28th. And you know, he was Thompson was pretty much going at Jaren Jackson Jr. and was basically saying that sorry that memory just popped up, and he said you're gonna mock us. You ain't never you ain't ever been there before. We've been there before. We know what it takes. So to be here again, hold that. And that's basically what he replied with. And he pretty much he had he called him, he called him, he's a freaking bum, and he called him a clown too as well. Look, this type of exchange is completely normal amongst especially NBA players. But Jaren Jackson, I'm with Klay Thompson, and Klay Thompson really doesn't even say that much. You know what I'm saying? Now he might. A lot of people have said that Klay Thompson does. He talks a little bit of trash. Here and there and everything. You know what I'm saying? Which is odd because from his demeanor and everything, you wouldn't really think that. What's up with it, Tay Cox? But in this case right here, they got the bragging rights right now, and on top of that, Klay Thompson, he was clearly not 100%, and he still showed up. Now we know that Jaren Jackson Jr. He ain't no bum. Jaren Jackson can hoop, but I mean, if you're gonna bring the smoke and all that towards Klay Thompson, then of course, hell yeah, I'm gonna fire right back at you. And on top of that, everybody that's sitting up in here thinking that this is Klay Thompson and this is who he is. You see the media saying stuff like, "Yeah, Klay Thompson is," he clearly is not Klay Thompson and stuff like that. Man, he using that as ammunition because let me tell you something, man. People that have suffered an ACL and Achilles injury, just go back and go, do your research and do your history, man, and go look into history. There were some guys where their careers were done and pretty much could not do anything. And then there were a lot of players who had to alter their games. Klay Thompson just got through playing in the finals. So, and this is another thing too, man. All this Twitter battle and shit like that. Like, I don't know. I'm different. I'm staying off of social media, man. I'm not fucking with it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna get in the lab, which is what y'all should be doing. But some of them they use this. They use their platform or Twitter or whatever they on, the gram, whatever, as motivation, you know. But you should already be self motivated. You should have been motivated, and I'm talking about Jared Jackson Jr. You should have been motivated to come back and prove that Memphis was just not, they won a choke job, and you know that they were able to actually get it done when it really mattered, and on top of that, prove to them that, okay, the very next season, hey, we've been there. We got as far as we needed to. We had a phenomenal season up until the we met the Golden State Warriors and everything. Let's capitalize upon that. If I'm Jerry Jackson Jr., I'm like, I'm getting with John Morant. Now, John Morant, you said Memphis is going to get better. Yeah, they're going to be a better. And see, Steven, that's why I told you earlier. I disagree with you about who got as far as the West. Like I said, I'm not going to sleep on Memphis. I'm not going to sleep on Memphis. Memphis is a force to be reckoned with, man. You know, they're a force. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with. They're still a young team, and I don't. I think people tend to forget that how young they are. Now, Ja Morant, he pretty much has came out and he spoke his 2 cents on everything, and this is what he had to say, and this is what he was saying in response to Klay Thompson calling out Jaren Jackson Jr. Uh, and he said pretty much got a lot of real estate, and that's what he that's what he responded with. Um, now hold on one second. Now, what he meant by that pretty much is that uh, the Grizzlies are living they're living rent free in Thompson's head. But you know what though? I don't think that Klay Thompson is really tripping about it. You said Memphis just needs a couple of vets off the bench, like a Rondo type. Yeah, exactly. They're not. Listen, they're not that far from a championship. They're not as far as some people. And provided that they stay healthy and that those guys they get in there and they continue working, they could actually be something. And on top of that, they got their youth and they have their they're very athletic. And Taylor Jenkins is a very slept on coach. So when you throw all of those in there together, then they could definitely make something happen. It's going to be interesting to see, what they're planning on doing. Um, are they gonna are they because they don't need to make that many moves, and the main thing is just making sure that John Moran is healthy. Even though that they had a winning record without John Morant and they could get things done without John Morant, but of course you do need John. But for the most part, I'm not going to sleep on no Memphis at all. I think that they already surprised a lot of people, but I think they're gonna come back even more hungry than what they did the previous year. So yeah, Klay Thompson, man, that he's like he got the bragging rights right now. You shouldn't really even be talking right now, really. He shouldn't even really be talking. He don't have nothing to say. Jaren Jackson Jr. Nobody should have anything to say to the Golden State Warriors, but you'll be surprised. There's still people coming at Steph Curry. All the Steph Curry hate is happening. You think about Portland. What about Portland? What about Portland, Stephen Green? Are you talking about him playing for them or what? Oh, making moves. I mean Chauncey Billups. Yeah, well, they have a future. They got a bright future ahead of them. They got Simon. Uh, Dame Lillard. He getting older. I think his window of opportunity to win a championship is closing. Um, and I don't really. I don't see the Trailblazers being that much better than what they were. But I think that Chauncey Billups, his philosophy, those young players they're gonna adapt to it, and then they're gonna get back. They're gonna try to get back to being that competitive team that they once were. But right now, as long as you got Dame, they're still gonna be so predictable. But at the same token, they didn't have Dame. He was hurt. He was hurt. Last season for pretty much for the remainder, and so they had to do everything that was necessary to play without Dame. And they showed some flashes of being successful, but for the most part, it, the season was pretty much over. Now they did have a couple of games, from I think they were winning a couple of games and stuff, and then you had Anthony Simons, who I was praising and stuff like that, but for the most part, they were done. But we'll see how he responds. You said Billups has a Larry Brown, my way or the highway mindset. Yeah. You said Seattle and Vegas, new teams in 2025. Yeah, that's in 2025, man. Yeah, that's because they didn't want to. That's because they didn't want to do anything at this moment. And Adam Silver had already said that they're not gonna do the team in Seattle this year. It was actually supposed to be during the expansion, uh, this year, but it didn't happen like that. But people are, in Seattle, they want the Sonics back, man. the Seattle Sonics team, in the '90s, shoot, even before that, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, even in the '80s and of course the '70s, they were a fun team to watch, man. They were a fun team to watch. They were even more flamboyant when they had Gary Payton and Sean Kemp. They were even more. They were more fun. But Seattle too. So yeah, Memphis need to move to Nashville. It's far more illuminated. What's up with my people first? Where you said downtown Freddie Brown. Yeah. Yeah, no, DJ man, Lenny Wilkins. And then we'll take it a little bit later. People forget that Tom Chambers played for Seattle Supersonics. Yeah, they had a nice little mix. He said it's kind of lit in Nashville. Man, I haven't been to Nashville. I don't know. I like to call it Cashville, but yeah, I haven't been in Nashville in a minute, man. But shout out to all the Tennessee, Knoxville, of course, Memphis, um, Chattanooga. Yeah, Tennessee always get love out here. Yeah, Dale Ellis, Ricky Pierce, um, shoot, all of them Seattle Supersonics. They were a fun team to watch, man. Real fun team. I used to like the jerseys. I used to like those jerseys, man, with the white strip, man, and the green and the yellow. You know what I'm saying? That was a fun team to watch, man. Imagine that bringing the Sonics back, man. That'd be crazy. Yeah, they had their uniforms with fire. You said Jack Sigma to Ray Allen to Ray Allen's Sonic Squad. Yeah, by 2025. But we'll have to see. Because it's not like it's gonna be a cheap thing, man. It's gonna take some money. It's gonna take some money, man. You said you like the early '90s Sonics uniform or the '96 finals uniform better. Hmm. That's a tough question. That is a tough question. Um, I probably have to go with I probably have to go with the '96. more than likely the '96. You had a Sean Kemp jersey. Yeah, Sean Kemp was the man. I had his shoes. I had his shoes. Uh, yeah, because Sean Kemp was with Reebok. A lot of people don't remember Sean Kemp was with Rebound. With Reebok. Yeah, but yeah, I used to like their jerseys, man. But yeah, I would probably, you know what? I take that back. I kind of like, you know what? I like the early '90s one. You said, imagine of LeBron's idea of owning the team involved with the Seattle. He said that's a good way for him to get some love back. Yeah. You said I'm surprised that Las Vegas having a NBA champ. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised at all. Las Vegas is trying to get back to where they were. You gotta think about it. All the other markets outside of Vegas have been killing Vegas. So that's why they're trying to get a football team there, trying to get a basketball team there. Well, they already got a football team, the Raiders, but yeah, but I like the early '90s one better. Yeah, it does. It does. A lot of people, man, listen, because you got to think about it. See, Seattle got fans. Vegas, they got people. I mean, come on, man. People gamble, so that's just another money maker. Besides football. Yeah, I like both of them though. But if I had my choice, I'm going with the '90s, man. The early '90s. I like that strip. I like that strip with the white. I don't know, something about that, man. That really looked like Sonic's uniforms to me. Mm. Yeah, of course it is. Yeah, and look. At first, I was wondering. You said the '90s uniform was fire too. Yeah, I like the. I think. Let me. Now I ain't gonna front though. I've always liked y'all. This gonna trip y'all out. I always liked the Blazers uniform. I've always liked the Blazers uniform. Hell, shit. Of course, the Sixers uniform all day. I like the old Sixers uniform, really. um, I'm trying to think of what other jerseys that I like. You said my favorite jersey is the Malone and yeah. Of course, that's gonna be your jersey, Steven. You're a Sixers fan. That's supposed to be your jersey, my man. You said early '90s Sonic didn't have red in it. Nah, it didn't. Nope, it didn't have red in it. Nope. It was just yellow. It was with the white one, it would be white, yellow, and green. And then with the green one, it was green with that yellow strip. See, I like those better. And I know they look ordinary to some people, but I don't know, man. There's something about that green and that yellow, man. I was into that, man. You said '90s Hawks uniform. Yeah, I used to like the Hawks uniform too. The Hawks uniform. Yeah, I keep forgetting about the Hawks. I like the not the not the not the ones when I'm talking about towards the end of Nick's tenure there. That's when I like those Hawks uniforms. Other than that, I didn't like the I like the older ones. But man, it's good chopping it up with y'all. Make sure y'all like the video. Make sure you share it, subscribe, hit the notifications. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. And leave your comments on this Klay Thompson and Jaren Jackson situation. Till then, Polo Sports Talking Entertainment. I'm out.